What's up, YouTube Nation? Suhrdek here, and I got third video in my little series here. What I'm going to talk about in this video is not about Mass Effect 2 anymore. I spent the first two videos on that, so I won't keep talking about that. What I'm going to talk about in this video is kind of like the history of me as a gamer, I guess. First off, I think it's important to point out that no, I'm not a professional gamer, nor have I ever been. And I don't know if I've stated that in another video, but getting that out now, no, I am not a professional gamer. Where I started playing video games, obviously when I was little, around like 7, everybody had the Nintendo, and I had the Nintendo, but I didn't really play it, because, I mean, there was Mario, which, everybody loved, but I actually wasn't really into that at all. I wasn't really into much of anything except sports games, which I think there was one sports game, I roughly remember this. It was a basketball game, and I remember that was a lot of fun for me, because growing up in my life, I played sports when I was little, all the way up till basically through high school. And so sports gaming was mainly what I would play, and that's up through the ranks of council from I guess it really started when I got the PS1 and I got Game Day. I remember that. I played the absolute shit out of that game, and all the games that followed, pretty much all the way up till I think the PS2 in its second year, I would say. I remember I actually rented the PS2 from Blockbuster and played the first Madden. And, back then, being as I was, like, I think 11, 12, maybe even a little younger, older, I don't remember. But, being floored by the graphics, gameplay, I mean, wasn't a big deal. I didn't think as critically of games as I do now.
This should scramble their system.
But, I was really excited, and I played the absolute shit out of that game. And, the sessions that follow, and that included the Madden series, NHL, a little bit of baseball, but there really hasn't been a good baseball game that's come out. Well, in the time I had the PS2, because I actually think, what's the name of the game? The Show? That actually isn't too bad. It actually was kind of fun. But anyways, and what that kind of developed into playing those games is, a couple of my buddies would get it, and I played the NCAA football series as well. But we got into playing FIFA soccer series with a couple of friends good friends I know. And actually that's a series that has kind of made it, I guess, all the way to this time frame with me playing the Xbox 360, which, I guess to explain a little bit, if you haven't noticed my profile pic on my channel, it's a picture of an Arsenal jersey. Yeah, and I got into, I guess, European soccer, or football, as it's called, and rightly so. I got into that by playing with my buddies, and we really got into playing FIFA around 2005, and, they were much more, they were much bigger soccer fans, and, I'm a fan of sports, and I like a challenge, so they were pretty good, and I wasn't as good, so I had to be, I had to get better. And in that time, I really kind of fell in love with European soccer. I guess soccer in general. I mean, it's not really big in the States, and the quality of soccer they put out isn't, I guess, mind-blowingly great. It just kind of seems like it's the retirement league for all the European clubs, best players. Anyways. So we got into the FIFA series a lot towards the end of the PS2's life, I guess. And then I got an Xbox 360, probably a year after it came out, you know, obviously I wanted to keep the continuity of getting a PlayStation, because that's what I've been playing, you know, but the PS3 at the time was, you know, $750, and I wasn't going to pay for that. Kind of got impatient and just bought the Xbox, which turns out, for the reasons why I use it now, I'm much happier that I did so. Even though it's had its problems with the whole red ring thing. But to quickly get into finish this up before this video wraps up, got an Xbox, continued to buy sports games, but then again, you know, the gameplays were lacking, and I was getting rather bored, actually, especially, you know, playing the Maddens and whatnot. You know, the soccer games were the soccer games, but my buddies ended up getting a PS3, and so they weren't available to play online, and so it kind of became a stalemate and a really boring time for me as a gamer, because this was around the time where I was starting to finish up high school, so not a lot of time to play video games, actually, and you know, never really much desire until I kind of got back to college. My roommates in college had Xboxes, and kind of got back into playing video games, and kind of went into a new genre, because they were players who like to play, like one of my buddies was really good at Guitar Hero, so, you know, just socially play that. And then everybody was, well, not everybody, those guys were into Halo, and I played Halo a little, and, you know, as I've stated, I don't have a first-person shooter history, really, and still really kind of don't, I guess. I mean, I play them more often, but I'll get into that. And so we played some Halo, and, you know, got into that a little bit more. And, you know, in college, as busy as you can be, there is a lot more downtime. At least you have, it feels like it, in a way. I mean, I was working a lot, but, you know, in a couple of years, the first 2 years, I lived in dorms, and so, you know, having a great group of guys who, you know, like to play video games and, you know, looking to save money, we just kind of get into video games playing more, and played Halo, and started with Halo 3, actually right when, my freshman year at the university that I was at, Halo 3 was actually just coming out, so that was kind of my big step, and actually the first shooter game I ever bought. And was I good? No. But did I really care? No. And I mean, that's kind of what Halo, you know, gives you that opportunity to play, you know, not seriously. Obviously, I didn't want to suck, but then again, Halo's a series that, you know, it's kind of sci-fi and fantasy, and not really meant to be, you know, taken as seriously as I guess some people take games. And this video is actually about ready to wrap up, so I'll continue with this conversation in the next video and talk about how I got into the COD series. Thanks for watching. Stay tuned. Peace.